to The Daily Show. My name is Jon Stewart. Great show for you tonight. Rahm Emanuel will be joining me later to remind me. He'll be out here. Reminding me just which one of the three brothers he is again. I don't know. Is he the one that owns UFC? Does it matter at this point? But that is later. First, as you know, our economy is in the midst of a beautiful metamorphosis, turning from a simple caterpillar into a dead caterpillar. So let's get into it with another exciting installment of Trade Wars.
My favorite word. My favorite word.
Tariffs. Tariffs. Now, you might remember when Donald Trump was reelected, Wall Street was thrilled, excited about deregulation, tax cuts, and the fact that you could once again call people sugar tits.
One top banker told the paper that he feels liberated because now he can use offensive slurs like the R word and the P word without fear of getting canceled at work.
The R word and the P word? Well, I can tell you today that that top banker is definitely using both of those words. Perhaps even adding motherfucker right now.
The market meltdown for the third straight day. Global markets are sinking.
Markets across Asia, Europe, and Australia plunging.
At one point this morning, the Dow sinking almost 1,600 points.
The markets lost more than $6.5 trillion in value.
This is an economic Armageddon.
Where's a Hawaiian shirt to an economic Armageddon? What are we doing here? They pull you in from the pool? You the Financial Channel's Rodney Dangerfield or something? I told my wife about the stock plunge. She said, "Oh, I thought you guys would never go down there." No, I don't. Haven't done that one in a while. So. This turmoil could have lasting effects on the global economy, on everyday Americans, and most worryingly, the stock portfolios of members of Congress. Mr. President, now is the time to soothe a worried nation.
Donald Trump put this out on social media. Don't be weak, don't be stupid, don't be a panikin, which he has termed a new party based on weak and stupid people.
Panican? The genius who gave us classics like Sleepy Joe and Crooked Hillary just shit out "You're a Panican"? How about hysterocrats? Rapussicans? How about cryentologists? Did the overseas factory you had been sourcing your nicknames from get shut down during the tariff war? So we're going to try this again, Mr. President. Can you ease the fears of this nation like a true leader?
President Trump holding firm, posting on Truth Social, "Only the weak will fail."
What are you doing? Your economic policy has the same tagline as season 3 of Squid Game? That's supposed to make us feel better? Only the weak shall die in my economy. By the way, in case you didn't get the point that he doesn't give a f***, he spent the weekend showing, not telling. He played not a round of golf this weekend, a tournament of golf. A 3-day tournament. 812 holes of golf with his Live Golf Saudi benefactors. And in case you're wondering about the venerated journalists who are now allowed to be in the press pool, this was literally the first question he was asked on Air Force One in the middle of a financial meltdown.
How was the golf tournament?
Very good, because I won. It's good to win. You heard I won, right? Did you hear I won?
Because I won. You heard I won. You heard I won. I won. You heard I won. I won. Mom, I won. Mom! I won the tournament, Mom. I'm a good boy. Good boy, good golf. I know the stock market is not the totality of the economy, but if I remember correctly, in the run-up to the election, Trump seemed very concerned about the stock market.
If Harris wins this election, the result will be a Kamala economic crash, a 1929-style depression.
And anything she can do, I can do better. I can do it on my own. I won, Mom. Hey, Mom. Hey, Mom, look. Hey, Mom, look. No economy. Please love me. And it didn't have to happen like this. Trump had so many options to shape the world economy into the one he thought was fairer. He could have proposed some incentives to bring back manufacturing. He could have gone sector to sector, nation to nation, negotiate better trade reciprocal agreements. But he had to go to full Teresa. Now, to be fair, to the Trump administration, they did give it almost 2 months and no effort before they asked ChatGPT what it thought they should do. But for those of us who've been tricked into believing that an economic crisis is a crisis, Trump's people have an answer.
Don't panic. Calm down. Everything's going to be okay.
I would not worry at all.
The Dow's actually in the same place it was in August.
Do me a favor. Don't look at your stock portfolio.
You know what? I don't really care about my 401k.
Live, laugh, love. That's what I always say. You know what I say to all you? It's 401k somewhere. And when did the right become so chill? Aren't you the Bud Lights turning my kids trans, folks? But economic meltdown and you're getting all philosophical?
Losing money costs you nothing. This is just the reality of life. You're gonna, like, were you young and dumb? How much money did you lose? Everyone loses money. Everyone loses money. It costs you nothing.
Except money. Losing money costs you money. It's the definition of losing money. And I know you go, well, it's going to be worth it to get the character of the country that we want back again. But we have no f***ing idea if that's actually what's going to happen. You're all acting like the tariff regime is a tried and true remedy. Oh, of course, this is the medicine that's always prescribed. Except the last time it was tried 100 years ago, we had a Great Depression. So how does this work?
It's just a big game of economic operation as he's sticking things in, trying to take out tariffs.
It's like, you know, when you're my age, you got to get a colonoscopy. You need a full colonic, like, to feel better. You know what I mean?
Rat poison can kill somebody in the wrong dosages, but in the right dosages, that can be very healthy for the patient.
So everyone relax. This is merely a routine rat poison colonoscopy. By the way, what's the right dosage of rat poison? Oh, if you get enough of it, hey, your headache will be gone. And by the way, I mean, it's slightly off topic, but the colonoscopy guy, his name is Jon Tobacco? That's a witness protection thing, isn't it? Yeah. So here's how it's going to go. Your new name is Jon Tobacco. Say it back to me, Jon Tobacco. Your name is Jon Tobacco. Say it back to me, Jon Tobacco. Your new profession is you do anus metaphors on Newsmax. Your name is Jon Tobacco. You do anus metaphors. Say it back to me. Say it back to me. By the way, if Trump wants us to stay the course with his radical plan, you might want to think of a strategy that inspires our confidence, that you all know what you're doing. Like for instance, these tariffs. Is this a negotiation?
The president made it clear yesterday this is not a negotiation.
Let me make this very clear. This is not a negotiation. This is not that. This is a national emergency.
Okay, it's a national emergency. It's not a negotiation. Well, I don't agree, but at least I have some clarity now.
The tariffs give us great power to negotiate. Always have.
Too much rat poison. So what, is this a negotiation or is this permanent?
They can both be true. There can be permanent tariffs and there can also be negotiations.
How much White Lotus did you people watch? What is permanence in this negotiated life we live? Have a pina colada. Forget about if they're permanent or not permanent. What are we doing? How will this bring jobs back? What are these jobs? Commerce Secretary Lutnick.
Trillions of dollars of factories are going to be built in America. The army of millions and millions of human beings screwing in little screws to make iPhones. That kind of thing is going to come to America.
This is also that millions of Americans can develop the dexterity. I can't even get the lint out of the charging area on my phone. Now I gotta do the screw on the thing. Those are the jobs?
That kind of thing is going to come to America. It's going to be automated, and great Americans, the trade craft of America, is going to fix them. Mechanics fixing robotics. That's what's coming to America.
So it's not the screws. We're going to be robot mechanics. The robots do the screwing, and we're just there to make sure the robots are lubed and ready to screw. That is the American Renaissance. We are robot fluffers. We are waiting. This is all. So if I'm an American manufacturer, how long do these onerous tariffs have to stay in place to convince me to build my army of automated screw and robot mechanics?
They are definitely going to stay in place for days and weeks.
Jon Stewart from Popular Robot Mechanics. I've never built a fully automated robot factory before, but is days and weeks enough time? Or too much time? Feels like it would take a month. Well, I guess that's silver lining number one of this trade war. Want something even more underwhelming? Here's the Treasury Secretary on if we've heard the good news on the stock collapse.
One thing that I can tell you as the Treasury Secretary, what I've been very impressed with is the market infrastructure, that we had record volume on Friday, and everything is working very smoothly, so the American people, they can be very, take great comfort in that.
Blink twice if you want to be saved. I was very impressed that in a market crash, the building is still standing. You know, the captain of the... I was very impressed by the way that the Titanic just slid into the water. Just almost like it was taking a bath. Just dipping a toe. Those drowning should take great comfort in the lack of backsplash. But their best argument so far for any of this is the same one that we got about Tinkerbell being able to fly. You have to believe.
Don't panic, okay? You've got a president who understands business.
I am grateful for a commander-in-chief that has the business acumen.
Luckily, we have a businessman in the White House right now. The president did write the book, The Art of the Deal.
Trump is a master negotiator, and he does know the art of the deal.
We're supposed to trust this guy because he wrote The Art of the Deal? That's it. You ever say, I got the book, Art of the Deal? Yeah, that's why we're supposed to trust him? You ever look at Chapter 9 in Art of the Deal? It's about how smart Trump is about his casino in Atlantic City. Oh, yeah, Chapter 9. I built a casino in Atlantic City. I'm a business genius. Whatever happened to the casino, Donald? Trust me. Look, you make a big announcement, but your reciprocal tariff formula was just the trade deficit divided by imports equation. And when you got busted on that, you threw out this ridiculous calculus problem that's just shapes. That it boils down to the trade deficit divided by imports, which is the formula that got the rich country of Lesotho hit with 50% tariffs. Lesotho. Yo, your free ride's over, you denim-making fat cats. But we continue to blame everybody else in the world that we designed and policed after World War II. We're the richest country in the world, ever. We're not the world's victims. If we have inequalities in this country, that's on us. It's not a supply problem. It's not unfair trade for the most part. It's an investment and distribution problem. It's our fault. And I'm not saying we can't make adjustments and renegotiate things, but it didn't have to be this reckless. You killed the hostage and then went, so ransom?
Some of the biggest stock market declines since the Great Depression.
The worst 3 consecutive sessions since 1987.
Even worse than it was during the 2008 financial crisis.
Their worst day since June 2020 during the COVID pandemic.
Financial destruction not seen since the pandemic. And this time, there's no controversy over how it all started. There's no wet market. You, Trump, released the contagion. It's your lab leak. And it's right out in the open. This is like if the researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology walked out to the Great Lawn with a Tupperware and went, "We have an exciting announcement."